new
Okay, here comes
interesting things on public image. I've been watching him.
Yeah, he is doing a really good job.
Well, in conclusion, Amanda, we're glad you just missed us a little bit. I'm teasing. You're with us?
Don't mess with her.
I'm here.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Sorry to be a little bit late.
Are you having a bad hair day because you're keeping your picture down?
I'm having a bad computer day. I'm trying to get connected.
Gotcha.
I know that feeling.
Been there, done that.
There we go.
There you are. Yeah, that's better. So, Amanda, we're waiting for some other folks to join us before we get started.
Sounds good.
Let's see.
Maybe 7 o'clock is not such a good time.
I'm going to pause the recording right now. For those few of us who are on here tonight, you're going to get a treat. I've asked TJ Egan, where TJ, there he is. I've asked, Alex, you turned your video off. That's what happened to me. You messed me up.
I turned my video off hoping that it would strengthen my internet.
It may. For those of you, anyway, I did ask TJ Egan to join us tonight. TJ is the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Carolina Forest Sunrise. And when they say sunrise, baby, they mean it. They start their meeting at 7 o'clock. And so you got to be up and early. And he's also, I think you were public image chair before that, right, Terry and TJ? And then this past year they had a young lady named Brooke Vu who was their public image chair. They have won the public image award for small clubs, medium clubs. Small clubs. Okay. 2 years in a row now in District 7770. Part of but the big reason I asked TJ to join us tonight, when I went and visited with them several weeks ago now, to present their public image award to them for this year, TJ set me down in his house at his computer and started showing me what he was doing with Facebook and how he was using Facebook to reach out to the community. And I know we always talk about using Facebook and we talk about getting posts on Facebook, but TJ takes it to another level altogether. And I want him to share that with us so that we can all get an idea or get some ideas from him on how we might better utilize that tool that is free called Facebook. So TJ, if you want to go ahead and take it away.
All right. And how much time do I have, Johnny?
10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, my name is TJ, obviously, nickname Terry. So I have a background in professional fundraising. I've done it for over 30 years, which also involves marketing to a tremendous degree. And I have served on a couple different hospital executive teams where I've been responsible for the network marketing for the hospitals as well as fundraising. So I put this together. Johnny's right. I had a chance to become public image chair just before becoming president-elect. And so I had a good solid year and a half really to be public image chair. And so I took what I knew about social media and I applied everything I knew about marketing. And we started to see some growth. And we've had some transient members, so we've lost members, but we've also gained members. So this year we had about a 10% net gain in our membership. And believe it or not, we had people calling us and just showing up at our meetings. So what I'm going to talk today is about generating leads. Really, public image is marketing, and membership is sales. So I'm going to use that throughout the presentation today. Let's see if I can get this to advance. Okay, so I've got 5 points to speak with you today about. The first is our clubs are posting everything after they do it. Okay? When we're trying to convert, create leads, create impressions, we're posting things that have already taken place. It really doesn't promote things that are coming up. And I'm not talking about just service projects and fundraising events. I'm talking about every week, our meetings that we have and those valuable speakers that we have. So this is very rudimentary here, but we've got to get our clubs posting their stuff in advance. Otherwise, it creates no leads for us. In our posts about upcoming events, we have to literally tell people that guests are invited. And I've been surfing some of the bigger clubs within South Carolina, their posts, and they, some of the clubs that I would think would have a little more advanced public image, and they're not posting in advance, and they're not inviting guests in their posts. So what I started doing was putting, guests are welcome and invited. And I put the date and time and location address so that somebody can put it in their GPS and get there. And then, of course, a phone number or email address to inquire if they aren't quite sure about it, so that they can call somebody and say, is it really okay that I come? And I started doing this, and I started getting phone calls, people asking permission to come to our meetings. We had really good speakers, and then we also had people just showing up at our meetings just to hear the speakers. They took what we said right here in the meeting notice on the Facebook posts, and they said, well, guests are invited, I'm just gonna go. And we had people walking through the door. This is a big change from how our club had been operating, and we've seen really good benefits from it. So then the key tonight I'm really going to focus on here is sharing your posts in Facebook groups. So I mentioned public image is the marketing and lead generation. Membership is the sales. And there has to be a handoff. There has to be hot leads provided by public image for membership. So this is like sales, marketing and sales relationships in any corporation. The other thing I wanted to say was, and I'll say it here really quick, is that Rotary International says the #1 reason people join Rotary is not because of the service. It's not because we're eradicating polio. It's because of the social opportunities, the opportunity to form friendships, the opportunities to be social, those opportunities to have a business network, yes, within Rotary. And as we are in this period of COVID, and some clubs aren't even meeting, we have to really realize that if we did a SWOT analysis, that would be our #1 strength. And if we did a SWOT analysis, our #1 threat is this pandemic, where people are feeling isolated and disconnected. So our strength matches up with our biggest threat. We just need to leverage it. So I'm also suggesting that we need to put an emphasis put an emphasis on what Rotary is as a social network, where you can create friends. There's statistics out there that say after the age of 30, it is extremely hard to create friendships. And this is Rotary's opportunity right now during this pandemic. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go through here. Can you all see that? Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, all right. So here's a post for our last meeting. This was just July 20th, so this is Wednesday. And the post is a pre-post. We've got Blakely Roof. She's the president of the United Way in our county. And you can see the whole second paragraph in here states the date and time, the invitation, guests are encouraged to attend, location to put in somebody's GPS, a contact person so they can reach out to, and of course the cost, if they're concerned about coming to this event, is free. It's breakfast is on us. Okay? Who doesn't like a good breakfast, right? Okay, here's another post that we did. Gosh, this was February of 2019. This is the football coach. This was the new football coach at CCU after Joe Moglia, the chairman of TD Ameritrade, stepped down as head coach of Coastal Carolina University. This was popular. So we put this in just like this. We didn't have a phone number in there, so I fell down on that one. But you can see we offered food. But we had 2 people just show up at our meeting just to see him speak. It was a tremendous opportunity. Okay, so here's the trick I'm doing with membership is why are people walking in the door? Why are they calling? Our actual Facebook group only has about 700 followers. So when we post it and just leave it out there on our group, it's like singing to the choir. But there's this Facebook group that I joined called Residents of Carolina Forest. And this is our primary constituency here. This is where we live. This is our club's home. It has, as you can see here, it has almost 10,000 members, 9,700 members. And when we share to this group, they have to approve everything that gets posted. And they automatically post us because we are really the only service club in their region. And the other thing is we friended up with the admins in this group, the gatekeepers, if you will, so that they would approve our posts quicker than others. In fact, we gave them, at the end of our Rotary year, we gave them a Media Sponsor of the Year award from our club. They showed up, the administrators showed up and had dinner with us, and we awarded them a nice plaque. They had never been recognized like that before. And what that did was it really guaranteed that we have everything we want posted in that group. So if you count the numbers here, 700 of our own followers on our Facebook. Now we've added 9,700, so that's 10,400 that have the opportunity to see that. Okay. All right, here's Horry County news and information. Okay, these are community-minded people. There's over 4,600 members. There's no gatekeeper. I'm sure they take down posts that are inappropriate, but ours are not. Ours are community-based, not-for-profit, for the good of our community. And we automatically post up to this one, and we gain another 4,600 impressions. And I'm talking marketing lingo here. We're looking for impressions, building the image of our club, right? Okay, here's a group that I joined. They let me join the moms of Myrtle Beach, right? And I had to answer 3 questions that they had automatically imposed there before they would accept you. And are you a mother? I said no. Do you live in Myrtle Beach? Yes. Why do you want to be a part of this member? And I said, because Rotary does good things for kids in our community, and I want to be able to share that with the mothers. Well, they let me join. So now I picked up another 4,700 images. And just think about this. It's a very niche market. These are women who are seeking social networks of like-minded women. Our projects like Dictionary Project and Happy Feet and feeding children on a regular basis, which our club does. appeal to this market. And, you know, they're givers as well. So I just love that we belong to that group. Okay, there's one called We Love Myrtle Beach. Well, we do too. But look at that, 15,000 members. A lot of them are tourists, but a lot of them are realtors as well. Because the realtors like to be in on seeing who's coming to town and to connect with them. So that's not a bad number, 15,000. Okay, you're gonna laugh at this one. This one is called Horry County For Sale or Trade. And notice they said anything goes. Okay, this group has 68,000 members. We can post to this anytime. We pick up 68,000 impressions off of this. This is for regular meetings. This is for our speakers. This is for our fundraisers. This is for everything that we do. We post to this thing. And there's no gatekeeper. I'm sure they take down inappropriate stuff, but again, they don't have to approve it to get it on this page. Are you seeing a theme here? I haven't spent a dime. On a regular meeting post for a weekly meeting, we'll have up to 14 shares that we do in different groups. And we'll come up with 100 to 150,000 people in the market that we shared to by doing this. Okay, Surfside Beach. We're talking 28,000 members. It's 20 minutes south of the Carolina Forest and Myrtle Beach. They have an awesome Rotary Club. We don't market to them for our regular meetings because they have a Rotary Club. But last year we had a member see our stuff and he called and he joined our club and he was from Surfside Beach. The reason is because he started an insurance agency up in the Carolina Forest, but he lived down there. He wanted to do his business in our market. But what we do post here regularly is those promotions for our 5K donut dash run and our golf outings, because we feel we can pull from a larger area surrounding Myrtle Beach. So that's 28,000 there. Here's another one, same town, Surfside Beach. I'm sure we're duplicating a little bit here, but there's another 14,000 members, right? And I'm after impressions. If they see it coming up in both feeds, I'm good with that because they're seeing it a couple times now. Okay, so I picked out a few more from around our state so that I can use this presentation with our district. And so here's a group. If you're new to Columbia, South Carolina, here's over 2,000 people that are new to Columbia, South Carolina. If I were a club in Columbia, I would absolutely be wanting to put regular messaging up here and inviting this membership to come join us because they're seeking people. I see you're checking your watch, Johnny. I'm moving on here. Okay, socially inclined, right? They want community, looking to make friends and build a network. Okay, here's also in Columbia. This is for sale, wanted, or free in Columbia, South Carolina, without ridiculous rules. I like that. It means that that a Rotary Club can post to this. And there's 54,000 members. I can tell you, I guarantee there's no other clubs that I know of in our district that has this strategy. Here's Charleston, 21,000 members. These are people, Charleston Social Network. These are people who just want to meet people. This is built for the Charleston Rotary Club. I doubt they're sharing to it. New to the community of Charleston. This is just like the other one in Columbia. Look, 1,500 followers. Beaufort, post appears in people's friends, just like any other post does. And I see it's Beaufort buy, sell, and trade, but they let you post. It shows up in somebody's feed. That's what I'm after, is that impression that I'm getting and that invite out to the people. So Beaufort is a small island, right? They got 40,000 followers on this group. Okay, when we talk about diversity, I found this group today, and I don't know why I hadn't found it before, but there's nearly 2,000 members in this group, Black-owned businesses in South Carolina. This group is highly diverse. It's entrepreneurial, and they're looking to build their business network. Rotary is perfect. We need to be sharing to this group. So I'm going to wrap it up here. We need to get clubs posting in advance. I just went through a month and a half of Charleston's Rotary Club. This is a club with about 200 members. Not one post did they put in advance inviting people to come to their meeting and see the speaker. They're always posting who the speaker was, a picture of the speaker. I mean, who the speaker, yeah, who it was, the picture of them, and basically what they said. So post in advance, invite guests, share in Facebook groups. We can get impressions. I was sharing for our 5K this last year. I reached a potential market of 250,000 people with each one of my posts about that run. So generate leads. In those posts, put the phone number of your membership director so that when the phone rings, that membership director can run with it and can escort that member right in. And I mean, this is what should feed into Discover Rotary. This is what should feed into growing your club. And they create those lead generation you need and the membership you need.
Great. Thank you, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. TJ, really appreciate that a lot. And I just want to point out that in typical Rotary fashion, we give TJ 10 minutes, he takes 20. You know, that's the way we work in Rotary, isn't it? You know, but that's okay, TJ. It's good information. Really appreciate it. And thanks for taking the time that you took to do all the slides and put everything together so we didn't have to wait for the computer to refresh all those Facebook pages as we went through there.
Were there any questions?
Anybody have any questions?
Carrie, I have one. What's the membership growth for your club?
We had about 10% this year. So we started with 26 and we finished with 29. And actually we had one transfer in like 2 days before the end of the year. I'm not really counting that, but that would have put us at a growth of 4, a net growth of 4 for the year.
What's your average attendance at your meetings?
Probably 17 or 18 people.
Okay. Good. Good information. Thanks.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. If you don't need me any further, Johnny, I'll just sign off.
Well, a minute. Does anybody else have any questions? Anybody else have another question? Have a question for TJ?
You're welcome to stay and enjoy the meeting.
What little bit there is of it, yeah.
I've got some homework to do tonight. I'm working on my MBA, so I don't mean to be rude, but I'll come again. Sure.
Go do your MBA thing.
Terry, I got one question.
You're
The main point of contact always. You mentioned putting your membership chair's phone number in there as the kind of point of contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, do you use the same one all the time, always the membership chair, or, you know?
Our membership chair is in his late 70s, and we put the president's number in, and then engaged our membership chair in the fireside chats and everything else. But no, we're using our president, but ideally, you don't want that president to then have to hand off to somebody else who then, you know what I'm saying? your membership. There's a reason you have a membership chair, and that's to make sure that they escort every hot lead into the club. And they've been trained to do it. They know how to do it. And I would just assume get that caller or the person who shows up right in the hands of the membership director.
Good idea.
Okay.
Thanks, TJ.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Have a good
TJ.
evening.
Have a good evening.
Best to Jen.
Okay.
Okay, and Alex? Alex,
Yes,
there you are.
sir. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it. Am I back?
You're back.
All right, cool. I appreciate that. Thanks very much to TJ and to Johnny for setting it up. The rest of tonight's meeting was simply an opportunity to allow everybody to just somewhat have an open forum. There is absolutely nothing else scheduled for tonight. There's no agenda left, except Johnny, who just threw his finger up. So hit it, brother.
I did ask, also did ask Mary Gask if she would be willing to share a little bit about because we talk about best practices, and I think she's implemented something in District 7770 that some other districts may be interested in terms of what she's doing with her public image team and how she's got that team set up this year. Mary, would you be willing to share that with us?
Sure. If I can remember all my committees. I took this straight from Alex. What we did was, and this was part of District Governor Pauline's idea, we decided to assign somebody with public image to every main area. We were focusing on the membership and foundation and public image, calling it the Three Musketeers, and all for one, one for all. Then what we did was we assigned a public image person to handle things with the foundation chair. So Cynthia Giles is working with Paula Matthews, doing foundation and doing public image for foundation. The same thing, TJ is working with Digit Matheny in membership, and he will handle all of the Facebook posts for membership to get the word out and to work with the public image chairs or the membership chairs in all of the clubs. Then Terry Moore, who's on the call tonight, is our communications officer. He helps us with what we call our CRAPs, which are conversations with Rotary Action people. And that's a separate committee. Donald Hovis is our social media chair, and he's also the host of the CRAP calls. And then we have a guy who is handling Rotaract, and we've assigned a young former Rotaract, now a Rotarian, to work with Michael O'Toole in working with clubs and the Rotaract publicity and getting information out on that. Terry, did I forget anybody? Oh, I did. My husband, Ken Gask, is a designer, and he knows the rules regarding using the logo. Don't laugh, LaShonda. You always forget your husband, right? So anyway, he's kind of like the guru, the person that if somebody has a question or a problem with what they're doing, or I'm not sure I'm using the logo correctly, they can send it to Ken. He'll either design it for them, or he'll tell them, yeah, this works, this doesn't work, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. So he's kind of the gatekeeper on that. I think that's everybody. And what we do is they report to me once a month, and then we send out something to the public image chairs. And we're probably going to set up doing a call every couple of months like this, just to see where everybody stands on public image, that type thing. I also have a World Polio Chair person. I got one today. Yay. To work on that from a public image standpoint. So yeah, that's a committee, and we all work together.
Who did you get for the polio chair?
I got Eric Davis, and the reason is because last year we had such a good thing going, and when I talked to Spirit, they wanted to do it again this year, and we're really looking forward to it. But because of city guidelines and CDC guidelines, they can't have large groups of people, and some of the games that we played, like the beanbag toss, you would have to clean the bags after everybody used them, and it was just going to be way too much to do. And they couldn't give us the same deal that they gave us last year. It was a $3,000 deal that they gave us. $600 is all it cost us. But because Spirit has been closed, they financially can't afford to hand out that kind of gift to us. So Eric is going to come up with something that's a virtual thing. We're trying to come up with what's your P word for polio? Is it I'm proud to be supporting polio, or I'm putting for polio, or I'm potluck dinnering for polio? We don't know yet, but we're just working on the P words that would go with polio.
Terry Moore, you could hold up one of those bottles, the whiskey dram, and you could say, we're pouring for polio.
Pouring for polio.
Hey, that's a good idea.
What's your polio power word? Right. So anyway, we're just starting with that. It's going to be kind of fractured until we can get it to all come together. But yeah, that's what we're doing with that.
Yeah.
And we've got some great speakers for our CRAP for the month of August, and we're already into September for booking people. So we're real excited about that. So
yeah, Mary, we do need, TJ had some great ideas though, to start pumping that out on some of the other groups and things that are out there.
Absolutely. And that's a good thing that we can share when we do a public image call. TJ he will be on the call, of course, and so he can certainly share that with all the clubs. Good idea. Great ideas. So that's where we are. It's been fun.
I am a little concerned with, you know, we were hacked on a Zoom call that was quite embarrassing. You know, having, in fact, this meeting had no password connected to it. So it's a little concerning to throw Zoom information out there on public image, you know, out in public areas. So
yeah, it's like being raped. It was kind of bad. So anyway.
Well, so let me ask you a question about that. We did have a waiting room, so we let people in if we know them. Would y'all rather see passwords? Because that has to start by the end of September. Zoom is gonna demand that you do one or the other. What do y'all think is more effective?
Any new meeting will require it. And in fact, I think I just read a new meeting will require a waiting room also. Of course, you can edit those so that it's not necessary, but
right.
The hacking that occurred was, you know, it was a pornography thing, and and they were, what, Mary, 20 seconds? And it completely took over the entire meeting.
We were doing this, and I saw a face come up, and I thought, I do not recognize this person. And then the name was like Zoni or something, and I thought, I don't recognize this. And just that quick, the screen went to all kinds of lines and things like you would see in a movie, and then the pornography and the bad language and loud yelling into the computer. I couldn't even get out. There was no way to get out of the meeting. It's like they had complete control of my screen. And I think I shut my computer off. And then I went back in thinking it would be safe. And Donald said, get out, they're still in here. So I got out again. And then Terry started letting them in through, you know, a gatekeeper, and that worked for us. But it really is a mental thing when it happens. You know, it's kind of scary, really, actually.
All right.
And I don't get why anybody.
I mean, all of the meetings that are placed in the calendar in DACDB, you know, have an open meeting number, an open password. I mean, let's face it, if we get hacked, it's going to be like or whatever. But I mean, we got to kind of be safe about it too.
Well, Alex, what we now do is when you come into a meeting, you have to put your name and your club so Terry can recognize you to get you into the meeting, which is a kind of comforting thing.
It is. Okay. All right. Baby steps, but we don't want anything like what y'all experienced. So
no, you really
we'll figure it out on the next call probably. But for that, and thanks for the update on the district. Anybody else?
Amanda, you got anything you want to share with us? I mean, you've been awfully quiet.
No, our district is busy. We're just dealing with the transition of a new year. And we have a couple of different social media campaigns going on right now, introducing new club presidents each day on our Facebook and Instagram. And then we're also working on a campaign for the Feed 10 Million people. So we started that this week.
Yay.
Good deal.
That's a great idea. Pulling out the presidents and introducing them and their clubs on Facebook, on the district Facebook page, Mary.
Yeah, it's gotten great feedback and really increased our impressions. People have been very good about sharing, and a lot of them, even their businesses that they work for, then share and do a post, you know, so-and-so's president this year of such and such club. So it's expanded our reach a lot.
You found anybody that didn't want to be posted like that?
Not yet, although full disclosure, I'm to the point. What I did is I contacted all of them when they were president-elects, requested them to send a little bio blurb about themselves and a photo, or I warned them I would take the one from DACDB. And we've gotten all positive response from presidents. Nobody's saying they didn't want to participate, but I am to the point now where I've gotten the non-responsive ones that I'm trying to track down. And they tend to be of a certain age and just not involved in social media, so they're just not responsive on email anyways. And so we're at that point. How many
clubs do you have?
We have 55, I think,
okay,
right now.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think we might just copy you on that one.
Yep. Plagiarism is a high form of praise.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's very flattering. Yes.
There's no such thing as plagiarism in Rotary.
Well, it is, but we won't talk about
There's
it.
no such thing as the police either, but here we are.
Yeah, there you go.
There you are.
Yeah, but trust me, they got a pretty good legal section. I've talked to them.
And wait a minute, you use that logo wrong and I will call you down on it.
Yeah.
I'm mad about that.
We'll certainly do that.
But yeah, that's all I've got.
Well, part of the deal was this was open forum, and there's no need. I'd love to stay and keep you until the top of the hour, but so if someone's got something, let's stay. If not, let me give you time back so that Terry can clean up the barbecue from outside, and we can all
enjoy a glass of wine.
Yeah, whatever.
And thank you, Terry, for calling me, because I forgot about the call. What is wrong with me?
And that's on me, because the reminder didn't go out because I'm in the middle of moving.
You shouldn't have to remind me. I sent Terry the information today.
I know, but still, you know, it's a nice touch, and it just shows that we're on our game too. So I'll take that one.
So why haven't we heard from LaShonda and Billy?
They're on.
I know, but they're not saying anything.
Ken's been quiet too.
Yeah, Ken's been quiet.
Well, I rebuilt my club's website, so that's nice. If you guys want to see it, it's pretty. I can, am I allowed to screen share?
Sure, you want to share everyone.
Let's see if I have it. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looking good.
So I built this for the Forest Club, but I was able to repurpose it for us. And so so it's got, you know, what is Rotary, our past presidents. It's got our board.
Wait a minute, go back to that what is Rotary thing again? I want to see if I want to check you out there.
It's directly from the RI site.
You've got you got the vision statement.
Boom. It's like I knew it, Johnny.
You knew I was going to be asking about that.
I got you, boo. So we've got the membership application. So that's nice. Paul Harris Fellows, explaining what that is. Suggesting service projects. Signing up for service projects. Suggesting a speaker. Our member survey with feedback from last year. And contact form.
Is this DACDB based, LaShonda, or this?
No, I built it in Squarespace.
Okay, Squarespace.
Yeah. DACDB, so the thing about it is like just little stuff like service projects, for instance. When I joined my club, we would pass around a piece of paper and we say, hey, who can do such and such? Well, if you didn't come to the meeting and you didn't get the paper, you didn't sign up. Right. So with this, I'm asking for name, email, and phone number. It's going into a Google spreadsheet. And so the community service chair can see if we have enough volunteers. And if people don't show up, they've got their phone number. They don't have to log into DACDB to find it. So this is a good resource for us. So I cleaned it all out, and these are the socially distanced things that we have scheduled so far. We try to do a couple projects a month, but that way, you know, everything's in one spot. So once we figure out, we have to change our venue, And once we figure that out, then I'll put the online payment back on here, but we have the ability to pay our dues on here and all sorts of fun stuff. So it allows us to have a central location where not only can our members stay organized, but then the community can come and see who's speaking and that type of thing. So yeah, so the Forest Club is a similar format, but they do Field of Honor. And so now they're selling their flags and, you know, but yeah, so I designed this template and I think it works really well and it keeps clubs from having to constantly update their site. So yeah.
Tim, my classmate.
Yep. So that's what I've been up to. Click clacking.
Okay, Billy, what have you been up to? Quilting.
Can't hear you, Billy.
Yeah, I have been doing public image classes online for clubs I would never get to. I've been doing 7720 and 7730. So that's been a lot of fun, meeting people that would love to have a program, but you know, I would never travel there and get up at 7:30, you know, stay overnight, get up at 7:30 in the morning. Did Newbern breakfast, and they have a very robust presence. Mount, the pickle place. Mount
Olive.
Mount Pickle. That's what I kept saying. So, but several of those. So that's been kind of fun. Even though they were Alex's districts, he said there's no way that he could get to it. So I played with that. That's been fun.
Everybody wants everything when you're moving. I've found that out.
Just drop
right.
everything, right?
That's all right.
Did you get moved?
We are in Beaufort in an apartment. The house will be ready in about another 10 to 12 months.
Whoa.
And we are in 5. Can you count those with me? 5 storage facilities.
I love it. And
I can't find, I'm so proud I have this shirt on. I have no idea.
Hey, listen, Ken was talking to a guy today who's a client of ours, and he has this nice big house up at the lake, and a guy came and knocked on his door and gave him such a good offer. This is bizarre, that he sold the house on the spot.
Oh my.
So his wife and his 4 kids have moved in with their mother, with his parents, until they can find a house. I said, it would have to be a fabulous deal to do that. Would you do it? No.
I don't think so.
I can't imagine.
That's
Not with
crazy.
4 kids, no.
Yeah.
Billy, I thought maybe you've been doing some of this.
Oh, I have been quilting. I've started on my Christmas stuff, you know, Christmas table runners.
Oh, yeah,
And my granddaughter and I have started doing greeting cards. So it's kind of fun. We, you know, stamp on them and watercolor them, and it has been a real treat.
Cool.
May I? I appreciate y'all coming. I'm going to sign off. No. Stay for the other 10 minutes. But I got to drive to Savannah. I got to be in Memphis tonight. So I'm going to work.
Oh, it's
Love
tomorrow.
y'all. Thanks for joining.
Wait a minute, Alex. Is this the bad weekend?
This is Terror in a Can. Yes, it is.
The simulator. The simulator from nowhere.
Yep. Simulators. Ground school is tomorrow morning at 7, and then the simulators are Saturday from 6 p.m. to midnight and Sunday from 6 p.m. to midnight.
I crashed in Chicago on the Delta simulator, just so you'll know.
Thanks. I needed that. I did so, Mary. I just so needed that. Anyway, y'all keep going. First off, I appreciate y'all coming. Tell you what, let's just all say goodnight then. How's that? Or stay if you wish. But
yeah, I'm going.
Thanks very much
I think
for joining.
that's good. We'll hear from Ken next time, maybe.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time.
All right.
Shonda,
Good night, everybody.
See you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.